Hello and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have Standing Like Statues. They have a new EP called Reality Checkpoint. Right now I'm being joined by Effy, Jamie, and Nigel to share some more information about this EP, what the band has been up to, and most excitedly what they have coming down the pipeline because we're still early into 2021. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having us, John.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I said, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, awesome.
There was a lag. So, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. Here.
No worries. Sweet. And then Jamie's also joining me today in the studio, as you can see from the video section. So if you're tuning in on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. Freaking fantastic. So take us through this EP, Reality Checkpoint, released at the end of 2020. Basic question just to start it off with. Does this EP have something to do with the way 2020 went?
What would you say, Jamie?
I'd say no, personally, because, to be honest, we recorded this EP back in February in summer of 2019. We held on to it for a year while we were working on the music videos and working on our release strategy for the 4 singles. So no, it doesn't have a lot to do with current affairs.
Okay, then what is the reality checkpoint that we are going through? I'm thinking of a video game, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm showing my age now, but just like Sonic the Hedgehog, just going through a little thing and like the ring goes. And
I think that's not a bad way to kind of phrase it, right? Because when we sat down and we wrote these songs, we'd actually been broken up for like a year, and we sat down, got back together, and wrote 4 songs. Do you know what I mean? And for us, it was a reality check. And in Cambridge, we've actually got a landmark that marks the centre of one of our most famous kind of places in Cambridge. It's called Parker's Piece, and it's like a massive lamppost, street light type thing, and it sits right in the middle, and it's called Reality Checkpoint because it marks the point in Cambridge between one side and the other. And for us, it was kind of like that. It was like that journey hit reality checkpoint, and we decided to go in this direction. And it's where we've ended up.
okay, so these 4 songs, then they just poured right out.
I guess so. The songs are kind of like an experience, I guess, of what we've all got. Like each of us in the band have kind of gone through over the last few years. Since releasing our last tracks, we tried to put in like as much personal influence into the tracks as possible. We spent like months working on them a couple of years ago, and each song does, I guess, have a little bit of all of us. So I guess like a common theme of the EP is kind of like hope and love, and loss and despair.
Wow, hope, love, loss, despair. It was getting so.
Yeah, it's like a journey. To me, it felt like sort of like each song is almost like a different sort of chapter or sort of like a different journey. And it was writing it for the music side anyway. It was a journey of discovery for me, because when I was writing the first lot with Effy, it was just me and her, and my weak point was always rhythm. I was usually doing lead guitar all the time, so I wanted to try and overcome that. And one of the first songs, which is The Best Kind of Anxiety, that was really me hammering down on saying, you know what, I don't want to just do lead lines, I want to do a bit more rhythm, and just sort of like that is just, I'm very rhythm heavy on that song. So for me it's a journey, but
and so that was sure that was the first song that came out, was The Best Kind of Anxiety for the EP?
No,
The Skylines.
That was the first one that came out of us, as in like it was the first one that was written. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
want a fun fact about it?
I would love a fun fact. I like fun facts.
So, a fun fact that we probably haven't said anywhere, I don't think. When we were writing it, we hadn't named it, and me and Nigel were just kind of writing some chords, throwing them together, some drums, seeing what we came up with. And like Nigel was saying about rhythm and having to like pick things up and actually ways to learn. And there was this rhythm that dum 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 dum. And Nigel at the time was vegan, and so I came up with a little way that he could remember it, and it went, I don't eat that deep fried chicken. So we called it Chicken Song for like a year and a half before it became the best kind of anxiety.
Yeah, it's like, you can't go to it, Chicken Song.
What do you guys?
Oh, so what's playing next? Oh, it's the Chicken Song. I'm like, please stop calling it that. We've got to like rename it now.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, as a fellow white person, I do enjoy the chicken dance. You can't. White people in the chicken dance, it's an uncontrollable sensation.
Oh yeah.
What's the thing against fried chicken? It's so good. Or is it not good in England?
No, it is good. But at the time, I was vegan and I was eating deep fried chicken. But
It just makes him not able to religious and gut beliefs make him not be able to eat deep fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I can now, and I have partaked in deep fried chicken.
Okay, deep fried tofu instead.
No, I eat chicken
For
now.
a long while.
I'm not vegan. That was a phase.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Yeah, it's not a phase. It's for real. I'm gonna save the planet. What was your reasons for doing it then, Nigel? And how did you decide to no longer do it?
Well, I suppose one of the main things was just sort of in my new work environment, I was sort of around people who were sort of vegan, and it was just conversation over and over again. I started looking into it, and I was like, yeah, sort of like, I was veggie for quite a long time, and then I decided to give it a go, but it just didn't work out for me, and it just didn't resonate with me anymore. And I know people call me a hypocrite and whatnot, but it's just,
You're a hypocrite.
not what I choose to. I don't really want to eat. I do eat a lot of plant-based stuff, but I just think that it's good to have a balance and varied diet.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favourite
We
go-to?
are so rock and
It's weird when it comes to diets and food. People like really get defensive about what they do or don't eat, and I think to myself, well, it's my business what I eat. It's not for someone to tell me what I can or can't eat. It's for me to decide what I can or can't eat. But no, I missed it. It tastes great. Barbecue can't beat barbecue. Sorry.
No. Well, it's like Jay-Z said, what I eat doesn't make you shit.
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. I like I said, veggie for quite a long time. So, I mean, it's kind of funny with the whole vegan thing, right? Because it starts to get religious, almost militant. Like, one of my cousins is a lesbian, and she said that in their community, they don't like bi people. So it's almost like vegans don't like vegetarians. Like, no, you're almost there. You could join us completely, but you're a hypocrite. And then
Yes, there's a lot of persuasion and coercion, sort of like. Although I don't think people actually mean to do it, they do. It does come across quite sort of like heavy, and it's just like, I don't know. I just personally would say, you should eat the diet that you feel comfortable in, but I would also say you should definitely eat more plant-based and vegetables, because you need that balance.
Mm-hmm. Get some fiber in there.
Exactly. I mean, you can't just live on bread alone, so you do have to.
That's right. Man cannot live on bread alone. Fun fact: real sourdough bread is naturally vegan.
Is it? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose sourdough. Yeah.
Flour, water, and yeast. That's it.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's all you need. What's funny though is that when I mention that to people, they're like, "Ugh," like they don't know if they want to eat bread anymore or not. Like, "Ugh, it's vegan." Ugh. Like, okay, yeah.
Water's vegan, isn't it?
Yeah, water's vegan. Cool. All right. Going back to the reality checkpoint, I looked it up on the internet. The Dinky Door. Can you tell me about this Dinky Door?
Dinky Door.
Is it for elves or like?
I've no idea.
Yeah, like we have a like a I'm trying to explain it. We have a artist in Cambridge that goes around and puts dinky doors in obscure places. And the whole idea is, it's there to like be a place for all the little fairies and stuff. It's basically, you can go around, you can take your kids around, or like a lot of our tourists that come to Cambridge will go and they'll look at all the dinky doors. And there's a dinky door on Reality Checkpoint.
Is there a dinky door in this EP?
I almost feel like we're the other side of the dinky door.
Wow. Okay.
Went there. Steep.
Mm-hmm. It is deep. Well, that's what I was trying to get at, because this whole EP is kind of based off of this lamppost. Should I kind of call it a lamppost?
Yeah.
Like from far away, it's just like that's a lamppost. But I know in Cambridge, it's probably something bigger than that.
To be honest, I think it's kind of a hidden gem. Like even I think a lot of people, probably even from Cambridge, wouldn't even know what it is. But it's so like there, it's so in your face, it's so out in the open, and like you say, it's just a lamppost. But it's got some, it's got like a cool meaning behind it, and there's a cool story to it. And there's just a lot about we did do a lot of thinking, and I guess. It's also in the middle of a like a cross junction as well, so it goes 4 way. The path goes 4 ways, and obviously the EP we've released has got 4 tracks as well. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of, I guess, the meaning behind like the thought process behind the name of the EP.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious, like how deep you guys went into it. Like, is there like a little dinky door? Is there like some graffiti off to the side? I saw there's graffiti on the thing. Who would do such a thing to the reality checkpoint? Hooligans, that's who.
Right. Do you know what? It provides a job, because someone has to go and clean that every single year to remove the graffiti. So, hey.
Oh, man. Yay. Is it on the university campus, or am I making that up? Because Cambridge has a university, yeah?
It's next to one of the university hotels and opposite one of the universities, like on the big green, just a big public build.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So each track is a journey on there, and then Nigel, you mentioned as well wanting to become more of a rhythm player than a lead player. Maybe take us through that journey. What provided you the idea for that challenge, and how did you overcome that challenge? Was it difficult?
It kind of. Yeah, it took a lot of taking me out of my comfort zone, because, as I say, when me and Effy sat down, it was just me and Effy, and the other guitarist, Mater, and Jamie, and Chris wasn't quite in the picture yet, but it was literally just me and Effy, and I was like, well, I don't know how we're going to move forward, sort of thing. I was just excited to write music again, and again, I just thought, right, well, it is my weak point, and I just really sort of started listening to a lot of different bands, which were sort of like I was really like, all I already listened to them anyway. I was picking out like what the guitarists were doing.
Justin Bieber at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. No, for me it was.
You're dressed like Justin Bieber right now.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
I've only got a black t-shirt, and then I've got my work trousers on, which you don't want to see.
Love for the Beebs, baby. Love for the Beebs. Canada's own.
I just ate my dinner, and then I was like, right, I'll jump on. It was because I haven't long been home today, but no, it was good. It was like Paramore. Was it? I can't. Sorry, my mind's gone blank. But their latest album. There was a lot of laughter. That's it. Yeah, there's a lot of like 80s sort of like a vibe to it, and sort of like rhythm, and I really sort of hammered into that. And there was another band called Fickle Friends, who I was just rinsing that album continuously, listening to it. I was just loving the feel of it, and I was just like, really pulling apart what they were doing and just trying to draw some inspiration. And I mean, that best kind of anxiety was me sort of me and Effy sort of pulling those inspirations and just jamming. And that was one of the sort of first things that we sort of really started hitting on. But it took a lot as like Effy come up with that funny sort of phrase, because sometimes I could feel what I want to do. I could feel the notes, but I can't quite get them all in the right order sometimes. So again, it's sort of like back to basics, and we just come up with a funny saying, and it all just falls into place. You know, my brain works in weird and wonderful ways sometimes. But
beautiful. Okay, now we've got a little bit of time left. Maybe take us through some of the journeys that exist on this record, on this EP. Like, for example, Skylines, Stupid Love, The Best Kind of Anxiety, if you had, a smorgasbord in front of you of anxieties. What are some of these tracks about? What is the best kind of anxiety?
Cool. So, I guess the best kind of anxiety is like when you kind of have this feeling of, where everything around you is going wrong, and, everything there is kind of, saying that. So the best kind of anxiety, what the lyrics are about, like if you listen closely, it kind of talks about how, kind of relying on somebody there. And even though, if somebody is giving you kind of problems or whatever, it's still kind of your only go-to thing. And even though it's giving you problems, it's the best of like a bad, bunch of things that you could go for. It's what would you say, Beth?
I mean, I think it's about being grateful for the people that stick around, even when you're trying to push them away. You know what I mean? Like the line, in case I never told you, just know that I am grateful. You check in on me from time to time. Do you know what I mean? It is literally about thanking people who you treat like utter crap. And they still love you. Do you know what I mean? They're still there for you. It's that, I guess it's that sort of thing.
Okay. Perfect. Well, gang, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about that I didn't ask?
I mean, I think maybe just a little bit about what we're about, which is our kind of main ethos as a band, and the message we want to give out to people is that we provide a platform of inclusivity, and one where we've gone through stuff, we know that other people have gone through stuff, and we're all about just kind of being there for each other and looking after each other with music. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Although we're all kind of, in our late 20s now, it's we've all individually gone through, a lot of different life experiences and stuff, and we're just trying to portray that in our music, and hope that people can listen to our music, which is happening. We're getting people reach out, and we're trying to put out really meaningful music that can relate to people. So that's it. So when we're sharing this music with people, we just want to have a magical moment where people can just feel in a really comfortable space, and just enjoy what we're putting out, and just rock on with us.
On the other side of the Dinky Door, there's a stupid love full of deep fried chicken, or not deep fried chicken.
That's the one.
Exactly.
Past the reality checkpoint. Beautiful. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yeah, thank you for having us, man.
And, I'll see you the other side of the office in 2 minutes, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to also as well thank Jamie for joining me in the studio today.
Yeah.